Muy buenos días, tardes,
Good
noches.
morning, good evening, good night. From every part of the world that you're listening to us, it's a great day for me to be here with you and to be able to transmit and broadcast the message that I have for today. My name is Josep Badosa, and I'm a double diamond in this company. But today, I will not talk about the company, but I will talk about you and about us, because I will talk about the 10 laws of abundance. And these 10 laws of abundance, I was taught about them when I was in kindergarten. And I think that this is a must that we know these laws. Please type in the chat before we start if you can hear me, if we don't have any delay and you can see me clearly. Please type in the chat, please see if you can see me. So, perfect. Let's begin with all of this. And we start with that the laws of abundance are rules like any other law that will direct us and rule us to be able to function. For example, the laws, the traffic laws, or justice laws, there are rules that are so clear that if you don't know them, you can do a big mistake. And with the laws of abundance, is the same as the law of gravity. And we need to know them and work them very well on ourselves, because everything that happens in our life, it depends on oneself. And this is where I'm getting in. Before anything else, I'm going to talk because it's a course, and I will try to resume it and compact it in 35, 40 minutes. I love to give this course and this training because I know that I'm changing lives when I do this. So before anything else, I will give you a topic. The learned helplessness. And this is a psychologist of the positive mind of the 20th century. It's not something from today, but it was made in the test, and they make, and these tests were, they do an experiment on dogs. They took about 20 dogs and put it in a dog pound, very well closed, and start to doing all the naughtiness and start torturing them, and they were treating them really, really bad. And the second one is take another 20 dogs and they put them in a cell, but with something in particular, that they had an open door. They also give they do the same torture as those dogs. They hit them, throw them cold water, but the dogs went out. And the experiment comes with the third cage. The third cage, they said that the 40 dogs in a cage and start doing the same old thing. Throw them water, electrify them, hit them. And you know who came out of that cage? The ones that knew that they had the open door. From the cage number 1, they just stay inside. And the cage number 2, they just went out because they knew there was a door over there. And what do I want to say with this experiment? That we actually, what we need to do is to learn the solution that we have, and that the laws are made for this, and the laws of nature are made for this, for you to know how to act and to get out from that routine and the rat race. And that is practically that learned helplessness. And it's not more or nothing else than the information that you're carrying, and does not let you act accordingly. So let me share my screen. Let me see if I can share it correctly, and I will love. Can you tell me? So now, can you see my can you see my screen? Can you tell me, can you see it correctly? If you can see my screen is sharing or not? Okay, right, perfect. So let's get to it. And this is a training that is just a whole morning. And remember that, just imagine now that I'm going to try to resume it in 30 minutes because it has a brutal importance for you. And by the end, if someone has moved something inside you or you realize about something, then I will just be satisfied with it. Because the laws of abundance, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the first law. So the first law is the law of creation. And this law, as such, it says that everything is created twice. The first, it's always created in the non-physical plane, in the thoughts and emotion, and then it's created in the physical plane. So all the things that you see in the world that you enjoy, that you feel pleasure, that you feel, because has first been thought. It was first set in the mind and then has been created. So just this only reflection can tell us a lot of things, and I can have a lot of comments. If we know that everything is created twice, it's worth for us to be knowing and be conscious of what we are thinking and what are the things that you're setting in your mind, because everything that is going through your mind, you can create it. So what it's in there is that we have the topic and this subject with this first law, first rule. You start shaking and trembling because even we have a program or something that you can search by your browser, and you can search a case from 1934. And it's the case of Malok, M-A-L-O-D-G. And this is something that really shocked me. And this reflects totally what is this law of creation. I will tell you this case. It was a person that was esophagus cancer. And as many cases when they detect the cancer, and they just tell them, you have 3 months to live, go to your house, get your things together. Don't leave the things like they are. You have time to set all the things right. Or talk to the people that you need to talk to with the people around you so they can just be better. And what happened? Happened in 2 or 3 months and he died. And they did an autopsy. In this autopsy, they saw that he didn't have esophagus cancer. And automatically of what he died at, sir. He died from that diagnosis. Because when you in your mind, you put it as a subject or something in your mind and bombarding you, what happens? Your mind will make it a reality. So something is real clear. Let's do and have so clear all the things that you're setting in your mind and you're putting into your mind. And sometimes we are intoxicated or we made that other people steal our dreams, and automatically don't let that nobody steal your dreams. And this is something I say a lot, because if someone else steals your dreams, automatically you know that is stealing what? It's stealing your reality. It's stealing what you wanted to do. And that is because you yourself take it away from your mind. So let's go to the second law. The law of vibration. Equals attracts equals. And this is so great because we will not bring and attract what we want. We will attract what we are because we are vibration, we're frequencies. And it's important that coherence. Sorry about this. Oh la la. Just a glass of water, please. Sorry about this. And apologies. So the equals attract equals. Oh, thank you a lot. I'm about to drink a little bit of water. Sorry about this. Alrighty. Let's go for it. So imagine if we can move the world, if we move that crazy universe, if we think in one way and we act differently and then we said differently. Sometimes it happens when people are not coherent what they're doing, what they say. And what happens if we are not coherent? Well, the universe is going to be crazy about this because we're not doing, when we say something, it's been transmitted to the universe. And when we act, we transmit it. So if you're not being coherent with what we are, automatically it's impossible for us to have results that in abundance. Why? Because we're not being coherent and we confuse the universe completely. So the topic is right here. The thing that I can resume it about this, but I wish that in kindergarten I was taught about this, because this has changed the lives of many people and to be trained like this. So the law of vibration is setting a clear message. So if you're doing a party with 100 people and maybe in 3-4 hours, you know that if one is collecting cards and if someone likes motorcycles, we'll be talking about motorcycle. If someone likes parties, well, they'll be talking about parties. And then you will find the people that were needed, the people that we were seeking, because we are pure vibration and pure frequency. And that's what we transmit. It doesn't happen that goes to another part of the world and you find a neighbor or from your city or your country and you said, they're right here. And I remember that my wife and I, we were at Kenya to a safari. And to the next car, there were people that were talking Catalan. And so we attract what we are, because we will not attract what we want. We will attract what we are. So let's go to the next law. And one day we're going to do it complete, but let's start writing about this, please. And you will attract the equals or your peers. The law of cause and effect. Remember that in life, everything is a result. And when I say everything, it's everything. Because it makes your head spin around, because even what we are today is a result. The money is a result. Your house is a result. Your car is a result. Where you live is a result. Everything has to be a topic and a subject of cause and effect. We cannot be, and we must control, because many times we are seeking solutions in the effect that we lose that job and we're seeking for jobs, but we are always sailing in the effect. Because in this part, we're never going to find that solution, but we need to deepen inside us and to find the cause that is coming, and then automatically you're going to find that solution. Like in a copier machine, they take out some pages and there was a misspelling. And sometimes because when that person takes out a copy and they saw that there was a misspelling, then they try to erase it and they try to take some other copies, but the misspelling was still there. So what that person is doing is playing with the effect, not what the cause of it and why is that causing it. So we need to get deeper to where we are. If we want to have a good result in the things that we are doing, for example, here at Decentra, if we want to have good results, don't go to see the effects on other people. Why do you want to need to change your life because the final goal is not going to be comparing you with other people, but improving yourself from the inside. And this is one of the laws. It just impresses me because we need to stay still and to think about this, and it's to be just trembling, because sometimes we spend hours with the problem, and what we are actually is that we are mislocated in where we are. So the law of cause and effect. There's no thing in the world or the universe that does not start with the cause. Because when my head is hurting, my heart is aching, well, I will take an aspirin. We're gonna solve the effect, but we're not gonna know what is the cause of it. Or maybe we're trying to find another job because we're not looking into that cause. So if you want to solve a problem from its root and actually change that final result, if you, for example, if you're fat, this is an effect because the cause will be something different. You need to start maybe doing exercise or starting a diet. You need to start by yourself. Don't go just be mad by the results that you're having right now if you're not doing anything to change them. The law of balance. And the law is bounded by the principle of this life, that is homeostasis. It's not anything else than a balance, because all the things that we set up in here and all the things that is everything that in this life sooner or later will go back to its balance and to that equilibrium. Like, for example, if we drink a coffee or a tea in the morning, what is this law? When you drink that cup of coffee, automatically this will get into your body as a toxin, and your body will react to it. And this is homeostasis, and that makes that there is a change within you, and then it just backs through the regular, because that law of equilibrium and balance. So if you are doing good things and good things for others, easily that life is gonna give you in another place. They're gonna give you those good things that were set for you. Even by selfishness, start helping others, because the more you help others, the more you help others, the most you're helping yourself. And here I want to get into my training that these are important things in this law, because what you give others will unbalance you. But if you don't give to what you don't give to others, you're taking it away from yourself. Sometimes we just go and we want that I will not give this because I will not have this. No, you're wrong. Just give to others. Set yourself at the service of others and set yourself to help and support others, because the universe is going to give you back that balance, but with greatness and even greater than before. And these are things that I learned. We have that part of selfishness. I'm talking about myself, but when I wanted to help someone, it was like, this person is going to help me. If I want to help that person is going to beat me and is going to win more than me, because this is not a competition. This is a world that we're collaborating and participation, and this is a team, because we're in a world that is of creation, of building, not of competition. So if you automatically, are you clear that the law of equilibrium and the law of balance is bounded by the principle of this life, that everything in this life will find that point of equilibrium and that balance? So you just need to dedicate yourself for you to be able to help and to do good things in this life. The more good things you do in positive and helping people, automatically you're going to have the answer that the universe is going to be grateful, and it's going to give you so many things. Because remember that the first, second, third, and fourth law, we need to write it down and keep it in our hearts and in our minds. So For example, if you go driving and you see that the top speed is 50 miles per hour, but you're going over, well, you're breaking the law. So these laws that I'm talking, and we are nature by itself. So if we are bounded by those laws and we are bounded by that nature, well, we're going to be bounded by them and we are going to be them. And if we follow them, I'm going to just improve my life because I'm going with the same flow as nature. And that today we need to teach this to elementary, even kindergarten, and teach this to our kids because we can change the world if we can change ourselves. So let's go to the, let's move to the next law. And I have a really good example and I'm going to share it, that it says, no, I'm just paying a little, you know what? I'm going to work less because what I'm getting paid is not worth it. And automatically, you and the universe is not going to give you a good result. Never. You have to play all the way around. Like you, the boss, or the people that is next to you. This person, even I pay him badly or poorly, he's working like crazy. And you will awaken that the universe is going to give you everything and all the things that you need to triumph if you are in that balance, in that equilibrium, if you are in the same flow, that we can be able to fulfill the universe completely. Remember that we're not just a participation in this world. So we move to the fifth law, the law of order, to be, to do, and to have. Ladies and gentlemen, this law, I think that many people knows it because we have heard about it so many times. But in this law, it's just primal and it's to be coherent. The law of order, to be, to do, and to have. People want to have, but in order to have, they need to do. And in order to do, they need to be. And it's to get what you want, you need to do some process or a series of things, and you need to be like the person that do those things. Like, for example, the Fridays, we get sometimes the kids from the college or the junior high, and it's a process from the junior high, and they're waiting on Fridays. They have a group of kids that they will be late. And why are you getting late? And teacher, you know, we're getting here late, and you know that Thursday is the day that we party and we take some beers and then we do this and we do that, and then of course it gets late, and because of Friday we're bad, we're sick and intoxicated, and the teacher says, so if you don't do this, if you're don't get so late drinking and partying, and let me teach you. I will do you. How will I teach that person that it's going to be for sure that you're not going to be late? Because someone wants to be explained. And it's something, it's the life itself. That teacher took those kids. So if you don't do what you need to do, automatically Friday, the people that is here late again, I will kick them out. And we're going to sign a contract. And automatically, like it's practical and easy, write down what is the girl of your dreams. And write down how is your dream girl supposed to be, and write about it, and with all details. And I have designed, I have written everything that is the girl of my dream girl, the girl of my dreams. Now pick another paper and then write down from what person, how does have to be that guy that girl falls in love with. And they start, teacher, I don't like it very much. It doesn't matter. Just write down how is the boy that is supposed to be the one that makes that girl fall in love with. and they finish with this, I'm not gonna be dating or something else. So pick the first paper. Take that second paper, and when they're reading it, it says, I'm not like this. And that's the issue. When you become like that, you're gonna get together with the girl of your dreams. And these are things that has happened, and there are studies about this. But it's for us to have clear that the law to be, to do, and to have. Because when we understand that people can make money with the lottery, and also with people that just have studies, because the people that got the lottery in less than 2 or 3, 4 years, they lost all the money that they earned because they broken the law of order, but they didn't do what they needed to do, and they were not the people that had to be to become that money and to have that money. So maybe they're not doing, and they're just spending it like crazy, and maybe like 3, 4 years. And that study says that nobody can keep that amount of money. And why? Because this law has logic and has a special being for this. The law of order is to be, to do, and to have. I think this is wider, a lot wider, but I think this is the most important, because if we apply it and take it in action, we're going to become the person that we want to be, and then we're going to keep it for a long period of time. So we need to be the person that is going to be successful and rich, and we need to start doing the things that will make us be successful, and then we're going to be success. We're going to have that success. Number 6, the law of creation. Law of action. Sorry, that was a mistake of mine. It's the law of action. The title is wrong, because the action is the bridge that binds us, the intangible with the tangible. So if we don't have action, it doesn't matter how big your dream, and we set all our dreams to the biggest, because without action, we will not have that result. Without action, we're not going to get everything, because that bridge that connects what we thought and we take it into the physical plane, it's only going to be made through action. And we need to do it fast, because when you think about something, we need to do it fast, because in a universe, when you and they see that you have a dream, but you don't give that importance, or you're going late and you set it for tomorrow and we delay it, the same universe says, oh, that is not important for that person, and automatically will prioritize what other people are doing and what other people are dreaming, and taking action on it. Because taking action, it's the thing that will be the bridge to take those dreams and those thoughts to the physical plane. So without action, we are not going to have results. So let's go to the next. The law of the minimum effort. I would like to see some efforts. Are we good? Are we going to the same? Tell me if I continue or I just keep going. Do I continue or we're done right now? Okay, then I'll. All right, perfect. The law of minimum effort. I like this, because the minimum effort, oh wow. If I said this to my kids, that without effort, it goes with something so weird like in my life. But when I studied deeply, I just loved it, because the law of minimum effort is that we need to be what we are. If a person does something and has found the essence of what that person wants to do and enjoys what he's doing, it's impossible to have effort. We'll have hours of work, but he will enjoy it. We have some Chinese proverbs that we only would like to live 100 years when we're just in action. And when we have something, that make us to feel alive. Otherwise, why do we want to live so much? So when we do what we like to do, and there are some examples in the nature. So a pine will give those pines, but in the season, but Saturday and Sunday I will not grow because the tree is gonna do everything as their nature on its own, and it's gonna give its fullest. A trout will not wonder if it's the water is cold or has to go against the current. The trout will do what it's gonna do and enjoys what it's doing. So if we see nature, they do always its fullest and take its fullest to do what it's supposed to do. So if we are not giving our fullest, what happens to us? Even suffering happens to be something good, but you need to know what are you doing and why you came to this world and what is your purpose to give your fullest. But without that suffering, oh, so happy to be here in this training. Well, no, if you don't like it, then don't do it, because I enjoy doing these kind of things, and that is to be able to impact in so many people, and all the things that I have learned, that I've learned in this stage of my life, because I didn't start in this industry, and I started in this industry when I was 47, 48 years old. I hope I started sooner, but there are things that we have found or that you have come to do to this world, and it's something that it will come later in life. But the minimum effort is you will give 100% of your effort, but enjoying it 100% of it. And something important in this law, that it happens to be, if I told you that to write down the things where you need to improve, I'm sure, write down 10 things that you want to improve, and you can tell me, well, there are a few, because there are so many more that I can improve. But set 10 things that you're the biggest and the best, and you're a pro in it. And sometimes you will find a lot of effort to find those 10 good things, because ourselves, and we feel that we're not worthy of abundance, and we are worthy of abundance. We were created by God, and we were created by the universe, and we are creators of all the things that are going to happen in this world. So if we are nature by itself, right here, we are worthy of all the things 100%. So type it in the chat, and we are worthy, and that we need to know how to be grateful and to thank the things that are coming to our life. I have a phrase right here that I want to give you.
Aquí,
because right here, I'm sorry that I have written something in here, and I don't want to miss it. Right here, what it's clear in here, we need to know when you enjoy something, you're not going to take effort or going to be hard for you. Since we are kids, we have been asked what we actually want to do in this life. And we're being asked what are our dreams and the things that we need to do. And we're asked, and sometimes we think about what my mom or dad would like of me, what they're expecting of me. And the thing that we need to ask ourselves is, who am I in this world, in this life, and what is my purpose? So if you're doing things that are not go alongside with yourself and just to please other people, and never, trust me, never, you're gonna do great. So you need to always ask yourself, who am I in this world? Because we need to know how to ask and receive, because those two things are important. We need to learn how to ask and then how to receive. Because when a person just goes through and, I don't know, a lady passes by and says, oh, you're so beautiful, and says, oh, no, you're a pervert or something. No, the only answer is thank you for telling me that, because sometimes we need to know that we are the bringers of that nature and that order. The law of means and destinations. Only when there is correspondence between the means and the ends, you can achieve that fulfillment and achieve success. So I'm going to give you just an example. So if you plant an orange seed or for an orange tree, what is going to give you? Oranges. So if you plant an almond seed, it's going to give you that almond. Is what it's going to give you? Well, it's going to give you almonds. So nature has that coherence. So the means to an end are brutal. I'm going to work some years, even I don't like what I'm doing, but I'm going to sacrifice a little bit. So by the end, when I retire, I'm going to be better. Well, that's not going to happen. Why? Because you're breaking the law of means and destinations. So if you're doing in your life those sacrifices, that pain and work and I don't know, like those unsettling things that other people are doing more to do something that you don't like, you're forging, you're taking effort in something that is not go alongside with you. What is going to give you life by the end? Well, it's going to give you suffering. It's going to give you regrets. It's going to give you darkness. Why? Because there's nothing that you saw today. If you're not happy today, you cannot be happy tomorrow. And therefore, we go to that topic of coherence. So when you're coherent with those means and to those ends, well, if you're not happy today, you're not going to be happy tomorrow. Because those ends are aligned with the means. Because all this information, trust me, it's worth it, write it down, and it's worth it to study it. Because we set in our mind sometimes that we need to be, and we're searching those results outside, and result, and we're not going to have anything if we don't understand the laws of abundance, because the law of abundance is as the gravity. It happens because it happens. And it's going to work because it's going to work. I hope I had this earlier in my life. So let's go to the next 9, the law of gifts and talents. Remember that your talents set to the people of others are going to produce infinite abundance. Your gifts, the universe is like a human body. Their nature will do their functions and to work properly. So to every single one of us, we need to find what is our function. Because we're gonna born twice. Once is when we are born, and the second one is when we find our purpose in life. Why we were born. Remember that the world is like a human body. We're cells and we are all part of this world, and that we have a mission to fulfill. Just that sometimes we are lost. The human body has those cells, and the liver cells is as important as the lung or the eye or the one from the foot. Every single one of them is important, but all these cells will not wonder if today they're going to be nail or kidney or eye, because they do what they have to do because they know what their function is in their body. I think that I don't know if I explain myself, but the most important is to be clear and what is our function, what is our purpose in this life. And with these gifts and with these talents, if you know how this works, it's something that sometimes it's hard to find something and to learn something, and how it's your talent. Because your talent is, because your gift and your talent, you can show it in something that you do every single day, or when you do it, gives you peace and gives you joy and gives you illusions that you wouldn't mind spending years doing those kind of things, because these are the things that you came to the world to do. Because remember that the gift, it's only considered a gift when you're contribution helps others. If it's a gift that it's only helps yourself, it's only a talent, but it will not work for others. But a gift of the law of the gifts and talents, it's all the things that you can contribute to the world to improve other people. And this automatically, we talk about the law of balance, what we're doing. So if we are giving, then we will receive automatically. There's no other thing that can take away of having that 100% of all the things that we're doing and that we want to fulfill and achieve. So gifts and talents. Let's go to the last one. I don't know how we're going with the time, but the law of detachment. Wow. If you are binded with action, but you detach from the results in action, you're going to realize how strong this law is. And I do a comparison that the peasants or agricultures, when they are sowing, they dedicate themselves and they set with that saw. They are not saying, if it doesn't, if it's not giving me that harvest, I will just not keep doing it. You just need to take action and do it correctly. Do it with confidence, with excitement, with joy, and do it with 100% because the results are just going to appear. But do not wait, because this is the law of detachment. Because we need, whatever you do it with passion. Detach yourself from the result and just enjoy the process, because when this happens, the law of detachment is something that is going to change your life completely. But trust me, completely. Why? Because you're dedicating yourself to what you're doing today, to do things and to dedicate your 100%. So if I need to study more, I will study more. If I need to do something else, I will do that something else. Don't wait for that compensation and that result, because if you work with the law of detachment, it's impossible. It's impossible to fail, because this gives me for a lot of time and talk a lot. But even when you acquire something so much, you're just gonna lose it, because the law of detachment is that the things are because they are. Because in this world, we're not just gonna take anything, because that for me is the best invention for myself, because it makes you to think about what we are doing today, where we're going, where we're heading, what's the time left for me to fulfill the things that I want to fulfill, because sometimes we will waste time in other things that we're not supposed to do them. Same as when you worry, because when you worry will not solve anything, but that will shorten your life, because being worried will not solve anything, but it shortens your lifespan. So what if I have a problem and it has a solution? Well, why do I worry? And if I have an issue but it does not have a solution, why do I worry? Because if it has a solution, then it has a solution. If it doesn't, well, it doesn't. And there is something with people. Maybe your partner, your couple, you need to be good and all right with your partner. But the law of detachment tells us that I have to be all right with the people that I'm sharing my life with, but I cannot be tormented and to imprison that people to not let them go away from my side. No, because that is going to happen if we are not detached from those things. These are the 10 laws of abundance, but I'm going to practice 2 of these laws, and we're doing it law by law, but I'm going to start by the first one. What is the first law? The first law was the law of creation. Let me see the chat. There are not many messages. The law of creation. To set in practice the law of creation, automatically we know that all the things first goes through the head and then is the things that we have, then I invite you to let your brain, your mind, whatever it does, I have it here how to set it moving. First of all, you need to state and decree, and I'm telling you to be the president of your own destiny, of yourself, and to decree and state whatever you want to do. And you decree in your head, you decree out loud, because you decree that everything that you're going to set in your mind is the things that you're going to get. So immediately, if your mind receives all the information that you want to do something, is what is going to happen in your life. Only that you need to sacrifice and be away from many other things. So if you have in your head what is clear that what you're going to do, don't let that toxic people take away that decree away from you. Your thought, the thing that you said in your mind, because the things that you said in your mind, nobody can take it away, because if they take it away and they take away that thought and the things that you said in your mind, well, you're not going to get what you were seeking for. And these things, for example, just say, I want to do this. For example, I want to be, or I want to do Decentra, I want to do MLM, or I want to do vacation. Automatically, you have people that tells you, hey, why you're going that place, that is a bad place, or why you're doing this, why you're doing that. And they're just talking and talking and talking. But when you have that someone impose in your mind to change what you want to do, automatically they're stealing your dreams away, because then you're never going to make them true. So what you need to do is to decree within yourself, and a person that is telling you, that is trying to take away what you decree, well, yeah, probably, yes, perhaps you're right, but you keep on your own, decree about yourself, because the universe is going to give you what you have clear. It's not going to give you, if you don't have doubts, it will not give you anything. So as for yourself, as for your job, you need to have clear what you want, and this you decreed it. And the other thing, you need to siege your mind. When you have decreed it about something and you go to the fullest to do the things that you need to do, you need to siege your mind from other thoughts, because that is just what it's going to take you to that result. Because someone has sieged their mind, because other people has the result because they had sieged their mind, and they just set things on moving towards that result. You need to think about something and then siege in that thought, and then you cannot allow that nothing and no one take away that dream. All right. And the second one, the law of frequency and vibration. The law of frequencies tells you is to tell you to make a informational diet, because we have so much news, so much information. I'm not telling you to go see news or gossip or critiques or with our envy and jealousy. And why? Because this you can feel sick about this, and you can actually get some part of that negative feeling. So just start reading, be at peace with yourself, and have that high frequency, and that have to have that high frequency. So all the things that you are going to attract are going to be good leaders, good people, and the people that has dreamed to team up with people like yourself, because everything in life is the law of vibration. And to set it on practice, you need to nurture your mind, your body, nurture the feelings that you want to have in your life. Because a person that is envious, that critiques and judge, and said with and gets into the people of others that is not their own, because it's breaking an important law. That is the law of vibration. So if you set the law of vibration and you apply the law of vibration and you do that, all the things around you and all of your environment and it's to be conscious of the information that is in your brain. So everything we're gonna vibe it out. So it's totally forbidding to get into conversation that you were not supposed to be. So if a person is just judging and criticizing, you might have something to improve, and you are listening to people are judging. Well, you can be proactive, and you're creating, and you can try to change it. And it's within my potential to change this. You will bring a solution. But criticizing or envious, just to be talking with the gossipness, is that your body is going to be vibing in a way that is going to bring and attract more envy and more critiques. So instead of seeing
de tenerlas una expansión de casi una mañana para desarrollarlas, a hacerlas en
and to
casi 45, 50 minutos.
And this takes a whole morning. I apologize if I took a long time to say this, but I wanted that this actually changed my life and the people around my family and the people around me, and we're in sync with doing that good to my kids. I only ask them two things: to be good people and that they are happy. Why? Because after that, they have to do the most they want. So we live in this place. I hope that someone learned something about the 10 laws of abundance, because this is something to be an honor to be with you and to be a participant to create a better world. I'm of the people that believe in people. I believe in humankind, and I believe that we can change this world, and we can only change it if we start by ourselves to do in all the time that we are here on earth. Blessings to every single one of you, and don't let that no one and nothing to steal your dreams. And see you next time. Have a great day.